So essentially, dealing in Islam, there are two aspects and keys that you can partake in. So you gotta partake in Islam, period. But then that's really the whole creation, technically speaking. But then when you look at where Islam come from an ancestral point of view, where the first God that we ever had as black people was Allah. And it's truly according to the scrolls and the books and stuff and all the ancient knowledges that you can find like on the highest research echelon, supposedly true that El Ilah or El Elo, hold on, it's El Elo in Hebrew and it's Al Ilah in Arabic. And it's supposedly the first God which gave us like all our powers and keys to our power. So sometimes you'll hear voices, you'll think like, yo, Allah's the black man, all this. But all in all, there's only one El Elah. There's only one Al Elah and only one El Elo. And no one could change that. But we could say we are all this and that about him. Technically, if you have reached the pinnacle of being a black person, then yeah, you could say like, yeah, I'm one. I reached that oneness with El Elo, where we are one. And then you can make sense out of that. But it takes prescribed power and philosophy and all type of prescribed doctrine to really be doing, saying you are Allah. Cause a lot of people say they are Allah, but they can say it, but they can't, because the moment you say I'm Allah, then you saying shirk. The moment you say I'm Allah, subhanallah, you should commit shirk. And shirk is a grave sin. You have lesser and greater shirk. Lesser shirk is like playing too much. Greater shirk is when you literally take a whole nother person or a whole nother being and say literally this being is equated with the one true God. That's called shirk. It's a grave sin. A lot of brothers be seeking. I hear brothers praying on my downfall. They be like, man, oh Allah, please condemn him for shirk. Please do something to him. But did like, Allah, he's straight. He on the straight path. So Allah, he like this. He like, well, first of all, you know, though you say these things, that man had never spoken unto thee. That man had never told thee a damn thing. But you say you know every damn thing. And that's how everything goes when people speak against a name, you know. Because some beings, some entities that say things that haven't been said and think that they're injustice or unjustified, or justified in those things, but those things have not been mentioned. And that's mainly it. Another thing I tell you, like, people always say there's two things you can do with life. You can either live and learn, or you can get to the money and do all the hot boy stuff. All in all, getting to the money, not hot boy stuff. Getting to the money, that money again. The hot boy stuff is selling drugs in the middle of the police face and stuff. That's not what people do when they get to the money. All in all they really do is just be like a self-made person. And that's really the real thing, self-made. It can get hot being self-made, because in and of itself, there's a lot you'll end up doing. And there's a lot of aspects of self that you'll do stuff through. But all in all, you know, it's not always about some hot boy stuff. It's really about like being self-made. Not really making somebody self, though, that's true too. But really just being self-sufficient, self-reliant and stuff. And that's what it really gets into.